I'm sure you've probably heard her sing. Thanks for joining us, Elisabetta.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Deborah, and thank you for inviting me. And congratulations, by the way, on your beautiful podcast. And it's very nice to see all these artists, Italian and Italian American. It brings us together, and I'm very honored to be here today.
Oh, thank you so much. You've done so much. You performed so much. In fact, you're even performing tonight. So thanks for giving us this time. But I always like to dial it back a little bit, right? About where you started. So talk to me a little bit about where are you from in Italy, and how did you get your start with that gorgeous voice that you've got?
Yes, I'm from a small coastal town in Italy, in the southern part of Italy, in Calabria. Its name is Cariati. And well, it's a very beautiful town, but it doesn't still have so much to offer for, artists and students who wants to, have a career in the field. So I started playing piano, but I used to have this beautiful voice. I used to sing songs from kids' songs, especially. My mom used to teach me those songs, and when I was 10 years old, my father brought home a magazine with the CD of an opera, Aida, particularly specifically.
Ah,
I fell in love with the story, the music, and I just was obsessed about it. I just listened to this opera for a month, and I decided I wanted to learn opera without even be in a theater ever. So it was just a dream I wanted to realize. But it was hard because as I told you, there was nothing in my hometown. So I wanted to start studying the classical training, but I was too young. So I got an audition with a tenor when I was 12 years old. And he told me just to wait until I was 16 because, a voice has to be mature in order to start the classical training. So when I turned 16, my father used to take a day off from work every week. So, and
wow.
we went far in another city, 3 hours away from my hometown, just to let me study with this singer, soprano, and to start, the training and to audition for the conservatory.
Wow. That's dedication from dad, right? That's pretty
Yeah.
extraordinary. I also love, because I read that you also started singing in local piazzas. Isn't
Oh,
that correct?
yes. Yes, I started when I was 11 years old, and actually, I cherish this memory that I earned my first at that time 300 lires
Yeah.
while touring during summertime in the piazza in the small cities around mine. And I used to sing pop songs like Anna Oxa songs, Patti Bravo, all pop at that time. I was. And I really enjoyed the time, the fact that I could also earn my money. I was that young, and but I wanted to do something different. I wanted to go deeper in the music field. I wasn't completely satisfied about it, so I wanted to do more. So that's why I started studying the classical.
So where did you study when you turned 16? Where did you end up going?
Well, after studying with this soprano, I entered in the conservatory in Cosenza for 2 years. So when I turned 18, I got the opportunity to audition for the Santa Cecilia Conservatory in Rome. That is one of the most prestigious conservatories in all Europe.
Yes.
And so I moved there, I got in, and it was amazing, but a little bit challenging, especially at the beginning, because I was young, and also there were lots of singers from all over the world. They were already, good singers. They, especially, Koreans and Chinese and Japanese, they love opera and they love our culture. And then, I remember we were 12 students in my class, and just 3 Italians. all the others were foreign singers. So they they knew how to sing already, but I was just starting. So it was a little bit challenging, but I found my way. And I was chosen to represent the conservatory in many concerts in Europe, in France, and in Vienna. So it was a very nice experience. And I also trained. I was also trained not only opera but also chamber music.
Oh, incredible. So you said that you performed throughout Europe. Were you a solo singer? Did you team up with someone? How did that work?
Yeah, both of them. As a soloist, I did some concerts with the orchestra of the conservatory while I was studying, but also I got the opportunity to sing for one of the most famous Italian film composers. His name is Ennio Morricone. I toured with him for like 10 years, and I was part of the choir, but also sometimes I used to do small solo parts when I was asked for it. And it was amazing also because very recently, a few years ago, he came here and he got the star on the Walk of Fame. I was part of he recognized me. We spent some time together, and it was really amazing. And I also had the opportunity to sing with his as a solo singer with his son Andrea Morricone here in Los Angeles a few years ago as a solo soprano.
How did you make your way to Los Angeles? How did that happen? How did you get noticed to get over here?
It was really curious because in 2011 I was teaching in Rome in an academy of music, and my pianist then had an uncle, an American uncle, il famoso zio d'America. And so we organized this trip. We were like 4 musicians just for fun and to explore our opportunities abroad. And we came here for a month and a half, and we got the opportunity to sing and to play for very nice venues. One of the most beautiful ones was here in LA. Actually, it was next to the Kodak Theater in Hollywood, and to sing for a festival. I had nothing to do about it because it was, I was a soprano. This was a festival for indie music, so for independent musicians. So, but I sang La Vie en Rose. That was my best shot for the venue. And one of the agents who booked me for the event was so impressed by my voice, and he asked me to participate, to attend for a competition here in Hollywood. And so I didn't know anything about it. When I came back to Italy, I just organized my video recordings and my audio recordings, and I sent them out to this competition, and I got the nomination. And after 2 months, I came here. I came back in Los Angeles, but just by myself, and I won. So yes, I won as Best Female Vocal at the Hollywood Music Awards.
Wow. Okay, how did that change your life? Because that probably changed everything here in the US, right?
I was really impressed, especially from the fact that I didn't know anybody here. So I was just appreciated as for my voice, for my talent. And it was really satisfying also because I did everything by myself. And of course, here the event was amazing. I had like a limousine that picked me up, and producers and events around this award show that they got me to sing for a few concerts, and I met with other people in the field, so I got a few connections, and for me it was all new, and I was so impressed by the also the location. I got to sing in this beautiful venue next to the Dolby Theater. I saw these places from Italy in television, so for me it was a hit. And
I know what that's like. Okay, I mean, I was from Jersey as a little kid, New Jersey. It's not exactly Italy, but I remember, looking at California as a little kid, going, "Oh wow," So I know that feeling, right? When you come out here and you work and do what you love in a place that you grew up looking at and thinking, "Will I ever get there?" Right?
Yes.
That must have had a lot of meaning to you, correct?
Yes. And also when this finished, I came here in Los Angeles for 2 years in a row, just for a few concerts and auditions, just to have the taste, of the situation. If I wanted to move, but I didn't know how to do it. So until I got a call from an agent I met here before, an Italian one. And he told me, Elisabetta, if you want to come in 2 weeks, I can make you sing with Andrea Bocelli and David Foster at the Paramount Studios in Hollywood. I said, yes, wow. So at that time I was in Milan. So, and I wasn't really happy about, living in Milan, because the city, it's a beautiful city, but it's gray, and the temperature is really cold, and I didn't like living there. So I said, why not? But I decided in 2 weeks to give up my job in Italy and just to move. So I collected all my artistic titles, degrees, and because I wanted to apply for a visa. So I came here, I sang at the Paramount Studios for the concert, and I applied for the visa with the lawyer, and I got a visa 2 months later.
And the rest is history. But let's back up a little bit to singing with Bocelli, right? Or opening for Bocelli.
Yeah.
What does that feel like on the inside? I mean, for example, are you saying to yourself, "Oh gosh, I can't mess up," or will I be okay? Will I, what is that like? What goes through your head?
Yes, it was really challenging, because you know that this is once in a lifetime occasion.
Oh yeah.
Because I was just starting here, and there was something that happened that it's amazing, because I used to sing with they told me to sing with backing tracks that they already had. So, but this backing track they gave me was for a duet. So, and I had to sing like La Vie en Rose just by myself. So it didn't fit well with my voice. So I said I didn't have the opportunity to rehearse with anybody, neither with David Foster. He wasn't there. He just came at the very last minute. So I called the sound engineer. I said, we should do something now, because I don't want to mess it up. So we changed the chords and David Foster's score. And we stopped the backing track at some point, and he got to play just for me in the middle of the song without him knowing. So I said, I don't want to mess it up, but this is of course an amazing occasion. But I did it. So I started singing with David Foster. He just came on stage and saw me for the first time on stage. And when the backing track stopped, he looked at me. It just kept playing. And at the very end, he made some jokes. He said to everybody, this is the first time I'm seeing Elisabetta. She sings amazing. And we should do this again soon. And maybe sometime later tonight. And then we all laughed. And I was really proud of myself also, because I was able to, to accept the challenge and take it on my, on my responsibility. I was really happy about it.
Now, before we started the show, you were warming up a little bit, right? And I said, gosh, could you sing something? Can you perform for our audience a little bit? Can I put you on the spot to do that? Would that be okay?
Yes, but I actually didn't warm up. I was just testing the microphone. So don't be so hard on me, okay? So I can try just for a few seconds.
Okay, people, wait until you hear this, okay? For someone who, quote, didn't really warm up. Outstanding. Go ahead.
Okay. oh mio babbino caro, mi piace bello, bello, andare in Porta Rossa a comprare l'anello. Sì, sì, ci voglio andare. E se l'amo sei indarno, andrai sul ponte vecchio, ma per buttarmi in arno mi struggo e mi tormento. Oddio, vorrei morire.
Absolutely outstanding. You know, I've got chills.
Oh,
I've got chills. I mean, what does it take to get to that level? You know, you talk to us about being a little kid. I'm performing with, you know, dad would take you once a week. Then you're studying, and then you get discovered. Then you're in the US. What kind of training do you do to get to that?
well,
Really?
it took a lot of passion and
Yeah.
willingness to not give up, you know. And I studied with so many famous singers all around the world with teachers, and I changed them a lot until I found the one that I thought and it fits me well. So and it was hard also because you say you were in New Jersey. I'm from Italy, so I came here all by myself.
Yeah.
And without the support of my family, I couldn't do it. So they just said there were no musicians in my family, no one, no artists whatsoever. So I just had this dream. They said, okay, we support you. And it was not easy to be far away from home, and also the language, the language barrier was really hard. And especially when I came here, you know, the American accent, it's completely different, and I couldn't understand anything. So I had a few you know, not so pleasant occasions that, you know, I didn't know how to make it, but I found a way somehow. It's my passion. If you have this passion, you go on.
Yeah.
It's not difficult to sacrifice anything because you have this opportunity to express yourself. And one thing that also is important to me was important at that time too, that whenever I sing, I can express myself, but I see that the audience is really I have an effect to the people.
Yeah.
And I can also do something for the people. Like you said before, I collaborated with a lot of charities, and it gives me it gives me pleasure, and I'm very happy to do something for the others, you know, using my talent.
Speaking of charities, right? We were actually talking about that off camera, right? And
yeah.
You sing quite a bit with charities. One of them is one of my absolute favorites. We love him, Bruno, with Catarina's Club. Absolutely love him. So, gosh, we should go to dinner there sometime.
Yes,
he's a dear friend. We love him very, very much. So talk to me about, some of the most incredible experiences that you've had, you know, briefly, with some of the people you've been fortunate enough to perform with, if you would.
Yeah, sure. So you just mentioned the one in Paramount Studio that was, you know, one of a kind. And I told you about this, my debut in Reggio Calabria for this opera that composed by Verdi, Falstaff. I had this amazing role, and I had to sing the role of Nannetta. And collaborate with this famous singer. But I cherish a lot a concert that I organized the past summer in Italy, particularly in Naples. So I'm sure you know that unfortunately a few months ago, actually it's almost a year, last May, the former Consul General of Italy passed to COVID. And I'm really grateful to what he did for all the Italian artists here in LA, and to me, of course. And I wanted to give back something, and I wanted to honor his life because he died all by himself while on a mission in Egypt. So I organized this concert with a few friends of mine that I used to collaborate with in Naples. I used to sing for the orchestra from the Rai Television in Naples, at the auditorium there, and in many theaters and many orchestras over there before moving here in LA. So I contacted them, and I contacted a few people here in LA that wanted to remember him. And they organized this beautiful concert in this basilica in San Giovanni Maggiore, in one of the most antique ones in Naples, in all Europe, actually. And it was really beautiful, and it meant a lot to me to be able to do this for him and for all of us that wanted to say goodbye.
Oh, that's actually a beautiful story. Thank you so much for telling us that. What is something that you really want to do, that you really want to accomplish with your career? And you've performed so many places, right? All around the world.
Yes.
Is there a place you haven't been that you want to go to? Is there someone that you'd love to perform with that didn't happen yet? Because we'll give them a call for you. Let us...
Well, since I came here, I get to do so many different things, and this is cool about the US, because you can sing opera, you can sing musical and pop music, and no one is gonna judge you. In Italy, it's a bit different, because if you sing opera and you do something else, they don't see you as an opera singer anymore.
Right.
But I want to sing more operas in the opera house, of course, houses, and of course, I would love to sing at the Met, but we'll see. Maybe, there is something that is going on for, I don't know when, I don't know. I don't really want to say it, but since you mentioned, maybe Carnegie Hall, there is something in the air, but I'll tell you about it when it's going to happen.
You can't tease it a little bit, huh? No?
No. Not yet.
That's okay. You've also written articles, right? That's part of something that you've also done for Italian American newspapers. You've been a vocal coach, right, for the children's chorus of the US. Is that correct as well?
Yes.
I mean, you're just a busy person here. What's next?
Well, very soon, actually tonight, I'm going to sing in solidarity with the Ukrainian people who flew from the war. And tonight, the Consulate General of Romania has organized this fundraising event at the city, along with the city of Beverly Hills. And I'm going to sing tonight with a few musicians to raise money to help these refugees that are located right now in Romania. And I'm working on a project I'm organizing a concert for all the pandemic victims here in LA, and it's gonna happen in a few months, and everything is moving right now, but it's not done yet. So, but I will sing the Stabat Mater by Pergolesi. It's about the Passion Christ with the orchestra, and I will give you some details as soon as I have. But this is my next project, and in the summertime I'm gonna go back to Italy and sing for a few orchestras over there that I used to work with in the past.
So you call Italy and of course Los Angeles home now, right? What feels more like home to you? Is there one place where you feel most comfortable, where you feel like working, as you said, sometimes it's a little easier working here because you could do different genres. What do you think?
Well, yeah. Now when I go back to Italy and I do concerts over there, it's beautiful because it brings me back to what I was.
Right.
But I'm not that person anymore. So, and when I came here, I feel free, more free to be myself, because I'm not only one thing. I like to be different things, and I like to sing different styles and for different occasions. And it still, so I don't want to say that I feel, but I'm that's Los Angeles is my home, but I can tell you for sure that here I can express myself better.
Before I let you go, tell us something about you that a lot of people just don't know.
Oh, I'm a romantic person. I'm a very idealistic one, and I'm a dreamer, and I hope someday that people can see me where I am, the way I am in reality, not only as an artist, a singer, but I am also a simple person and with simple needs. In Italy, we grew up with this family tradition. I'm very attached to my family, to what it means, because without my family, I couldn't be here. Because one thing about Los Angeles and this, not only maybe Los Angeles, but this field, it's that people just see you like the way you appear for a few moments, and then you're gone. But I'm not only that person. I have there is more, and I would like to express myself in the future, and I would like people to get to know me better in this sense.
Wonderful. I've so enjoyed talking to you. Why don't you give a shout out to your website and how people can learn more about you and find out where you're going to be next?
My website is Elisabetta Russo, my name and last name.com. And I have another website with my pianist. I have a duo with him. It's called, the website is called duorusso.com. And of course, we have social media. You can follow me there on Facebook and on Instagram. And I will, all my future concerts and are gonna be listed on those social media sites.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Elisabetta Russo. I really enjoyed getting to know you a little bit and introducing you to our audience. And your voice is just magnificent. It's so beautiful. And I love that you followed your dream from being that little kid in southern Italy who had a dream and wanted to sing. And here you are in LA. And you've performed with Bocelli and so many other incredible, phenomenal artists. And I know that you've got so much more ahead of you. So thank you so much. Thank you. What's that?
Because goodbye to all Italian and Italian American people who are following us. And
absolutely. Actually, we have to put the subtitles in Italian. I should really do that actually for these podcasts. That's a good idea. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. And thanks all of you, our audience, for tuning in. And please follow Elisabetta Russo to find out, more about her. And you can find our podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, IGTV, and then as an audio podcast, we also upload it there too. So thank you for joining our Little Italy podcast. And of course, Deborah Cobell live. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Grazie.
Grazie.